All right. Today, we join you from Bill's Pool. We're going to have the Tetuaje Reserva T110, and with it, the Legent Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Woo!
Thanks for tuning into Cigars, Liquor, and More as we join our buddies Bill
Howdy.
and our other brother Daryl,
Smoke up, Johnny.
chilling through 2022. Broadcasting from our studio speakeasy as they talk about cigars, liquor, and anything else that comes to mind.
All right. Well, the Tetuaje Reserva T110 is a Connecticut broadleaf wrapper with Nicaraguan binder and filler. It got an 89 from Half Wheel. Its MSRP is $10. And this is one of those limited run cigars. They released it in April of 21 with 60,000 made. So still available because I found it in a shop in Kansas City. But
Nice.
they won't always be around.
Nice.
The Legent, you may sound familiar. I had it when I was in Illinois, but I wanted Bill to try it with, should be a medium strong cigar. I thought it'd be nice. It is the Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, partly finished in wine and sherry casks. Bottled at 94 proof, its MSRP is $40.
All right.
And the cold draw on your lips, it instantly brings the spice.
Spicy. Spicy. Well, I'm going to light it up.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't already. I can't believe it. Unbelievable. You did a cold draw.
Not with this.
You did a cold
lighter,
draw.
apparently. Oh, no. Oh, when you're done with that, I guess.
Giving me grief in the wind. Here you go. Take this one.
Yeah. That one's just having problems.
We know.
Absolute problems.
We know which one to use. Woo! Whoa, there's a spicy cigar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is. We'll talk about it in a minute. I'm not going to do it now, I guess, right?
Let it settle in.
Exactly. All right. Well, had the Legent.
You did.
But I had something different for dinner. I have a different cigar. Let's see if its flavor is different, right? It's going to be, right?
You would kind of think it might.
So, if you recall, there's a Jim Beam product that they had a specialty blender of famous Japanese descent come in and blend some. So that's what this is. Mm-hmm.
And that's why the cool, swishy,
Ooh,
brushy
that's a
thing.
smokehouse. All right. But you know what? At the end of the day, it still smells very much like a Kentucky bourbon. But you do get the fruity notes. Although, not as strong as I remember. Maybe it's the cigar.
Could be the cigar, could be the glass. What kind of glass did you drink? Did you drink it out of a Glencairn?
Yeah, I did. I drank it out of one of those kind of miniature brandy snifters.
Right.
Yeah. I brought my own glass with me, of course.
The only way to go. Now these, since we're by the pool, we're not using the Glencairns.
We cut down some...
Yeah, we've got a little glass bottle.
Cut the koozies down.
Yeah, the general rule of thumb is no glass at the pool, but, we covered the glass.
Yeah.
So we can't show you the amber except through the bottle and all right, good stuff.
But yeah, I can show you that.
But it doesn't,
There you go.
it doesn't concentrate the aroma like the Glencairn.
I like the art. The art's cool.
Yeah,
Didn't
it
get to
is.
show you that last time. Okay.
That is a nice aroma.
Mm-hmm.
It's just hard to nail down.
I'm going to go sherry.
I'm getting a lot of koozie. It's what I'm getting. One of these is a brand new koozie. Yours because I ripped it.
You messed it up.
Yeah,
Oh, I
I ripped
see.
it when I put it on. That one's a brand new koozie. This one's been around for a while.
Maybe I'll include half-height koozies in my next giveaway. One full-size koozie, one half-height koozie for your old fashions.
But it's got to be the right size glass to fit into it. Not all.
Not all of them.
Not all of
it
them
would
fit
have
in.
to be smaller.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So I am not getting as much fruit on this today as I did, whatever, a week and a half or two ago. Could be the cigar. Because this is a pretty strong cigar.
It's definitely letting you know it's there. You know, this is kind of a strange dynamic because you want to keep your hands dry.
Mm-hmm. And you want to drop them in the water, too.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. When I was recording from the pool while you were away, I had all the stuff on the edge.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of there, so it wasn't that big of a deal.
Wasn't this bridge that you created over to put up all the equipment?
Yeah. Well,
it's kind of funny. I think it's hilarious.
What do you do? Right?
Got a pool? Record in it. Why not? What do we got to lose?
There's no reason not
Just
to.
all the equipment?
Yeah. And you got all that junk in the background.
Oh, yeah. Farmer
Bill's tractor
Farmer
over
Bill's
there.
Branson tractor. Classic.
My
Is that all in? Is that all in shot?
My subcompact. I believe it is. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention then.
You don't want to impress him with the pool, but then also the tractor. That's a pretty strong flex in the background. A lot of people put their Tesla there, but not you. You're like, I'll put my tractor.
Put a subcompact tractor. Yeah, that's flexing, all right.
Ooh, you're gonna really like this. Look at that ash.
Mm-hmm.
That is very, very, very white.
Yeah, I love the dichotomy of colors when it does that.
Mm-hmm.
That's fabulous.
Nice. All right.
And that is a beautifully clean wrapper as well.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, dark. Looks like they got triple cap on there. It's hard to tell.
Yeah. Well, these had to come all the way back from Kansas City with me, so they had to half-ass it in a little baggie with a
Paper towel.
No. I actually did have a pack.
Like
but,
a Bovida pack.
Yeah.
Or something.
But yeah, mine did crack at the cap when I cut it, but I'm expecting it because it went through hell.
All the way to come here to do an episode and smoke. Yeah.
But I didn't want them to break, so I made sure I put them in some shoes in the luggage so they wouldn't break.
That's what that flavor is. This is your Tuesday workout shoe, isn't it?
Okay, so as I drag a little less and I drink a little more, yeah, you'll get the fruitiness back. Rinse with some water, and you'll get that fruitiness back. So yeah, this cigar is going to take away some of that fruitiness that they went through the trouble of putting in extra barrels for you, and you're just like, nah, F that.
And it coats. That cigar coats pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a pretty thick mouth coating. If you don't drink for a moment, it'll build pretty
and
quick.
the retrohale's pretty peppery too.
Did not do that.
You will. You will. All right. So for the only audio listeners and not going to YouTube, which, why would you? It's a podcast. But yeah, because it's funny. Sometimes we look funny like that. He made this.
I look funny.
It is. Whoa, that is a little peppery. Yeah, he made that face.
Yeah, my face showed it. That's for sure.
He made the face that like a 7-year-old when he finds his dad's scotch and takes a sip of it.
Yeah, about like that.
He made that face.
Or in the case of your son, when he had a sidecar.
He found
we were
soda.
Concerned. We were concerned because he tried scotch, he tried whiskey, he tried rum, and he liked them.
Yeah, he keeps grabbing a glass and taking a sip.
But Julia had a sidecar. He did not like that sidecar.
Yeah, he kind of stopped him.
That stopped him.
Yeah, he's not doing that anymore.
See, it just takes one bad experience.
There you go.
That's how you learn them, I guess.
Okay, so other notes besides being pretty strong, pretty powerful. Yeah, we are decently into it now. Apart from being pretty strong, pretty powerful,
it is
pretty peppery,
It is very strong.
Yeah,
very
this is a pretty strong cigar.
Pepper forward.
It's leaving a lot in the mouth, even with the alcohol rinse.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna grab some water.
Ooh.
This is if you're sitting out on a hot day, this could fatigue you.
Yeah. They made an extra bold one with this one.
They did.
They might need a new category of boldness for this.
Yeah. Woo. Okay.
But nothing wrong with it. I mean, there are a lot of folks out there that really like bold cigars. I think they would like this one.
Oh, I do too. Well, I don't dislike it.
No, neither do I.
I was going to start on some of the flavors, but yeah, it's very peppery. I mean, it's not quite a pepper bomb, but it's darn close. Because after that, it's maybe a little woody, and then everything else is sort of just spice, but not like mild baking spices, like heavy duty spice.
See, I was almost going for a burnt nut flavor.
Okay.
That's kind of where I was heading underneath the pepper.
I tend to get nutty from the liquors more than I do from the cigars. Especially
Wow.
Jack. Jack is super nutty.
Wow. I do love that ash, though.
Yeah.
Man, that is nice.
It's a double band. The Reserva is a second band. Not all one big band. So I like that you can pull it off in
Sections.
levels. So that I'm going to keep the band on person. I feel like it's just an extra little...
It's protection.
yeah, it's extra
It's
little something
protection.
holding it together.
It's protection for your wrapper. My shirt's floating up here. I should have gone the route you did. But
You know what? Something new just came in. It's a little clovey.
burnt nut.
No, a little clovey.
Oh, clove.
Yeah.
Nice. Retrohale or
It came, yeah. I always do a little
a little
retrohale.
bit, yeah.
A mild retrohale and a regular draw, and cloves just came in.
Can't argue with cloves, that's
All right.
for sure.
Yeah, it's a nice one. All right. So I don't know if you read the same exact one, but you sent me this. This is from
Yep.
Fierce Electronics, and it's about the chip industry. So it says, the name of it is, oh my, making a lot of banging noises here. Sorry.
Let's try not to do
Chip
that.
industry spills over U.S. chips, capital CHIPS, which is an acronym, act benefits for Intel. So basically, people are a little concerned that Intel's getting too much of the money from the CHIPS Act. So the CHIPS Act is to try to help our industry compete, especially with China.
Yes.
I believe it's mostly aimed at China. So
Well, it's not just compete. It's well,
And get some independence.
How it started was with the supply chain problem,
right.
right? And so we want to have more control over manufacturing.
Mm-hmm. Need to have more control over
Yeah,
manufacturing.
especially the
Packaging.
front ends. Bring those back. Well, you really need to bring the front end, which is the wafer. When you make the wafer, you really want to bring that in because that's a longer startup
We need that too.
than the
Yep.
back end
Yep.
is. The back end, after you slice the wafers, they go into the package, which then winds up in all your electronics.
Yeah.
That is a less time and less
it's much
money
less.
to start up and to get running.
But we've also got almost zero capacity for
Almost
it.
zero here.
So we definitely need that. But it's a $52 billion package. And they're not sure about this subsidy because it disproportionately favors Intel and a few others. So the three main that it favors. Okay, so here's the concern. Fabulous companies like AMD, NVIDIA, and Qualcomm that design but don't manufacture them. These are the ones currently being manufactured at like a TSMC or something. But Intel's going to build a plant in Ohio valued at $20 billion. So you got a $52 billion package, and $20 billion of it is going into just a couple of Ohio plants. But 20 is a lot. So it must be probably two plants.
Well, yeah, Intel is building plants valued at $20 billion, but
Right.
that's not how much they're getting from this bill.
No, but I mean, it has to be more than one plant But then again, it maybe not, because there's some
I think
20 and
that's-
$30 million steppers out. I mean,
Yeah,
scanners out there.
I think that's a single plant.
Yeah, it could be.
I think they're going big on this one.
But I think they're concerned because Intel, Micron, and TI get more than these other ones that are overseas manufacturing. Here's the irony: the manufactured lists, fabless chip companies like AMD, Nvidia, and Qualcomm should probably get the most to make fabs here. But I think they probably don't want to give them as much because it's going to be less efficient.
Well, that's the thing. If they build here, they can get some of this money.
Right.
If they're not building here, then they don't. This is designed to
Bring it in.
spurn manufacturing here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I understand why they're upset. But if you want to build, TSMC is talking about building a facility in the U.S.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
They're going to need something.
do it. And they need something that's away from Chinese influence. So hopefully they do that. But yeah, there's a lot going on with this bill, with this act, and most people like it.
I love it.
But some don't. So far, the winner, the folks that like it are winning.
Yeah.
And I think they should. They've had since this article came out, they've had 2 preliminary votes: preliminary vote in the House, preliminary vote in the Senate. Both preliminary votes are passed. The problem is with the preliminary vote. I mean, the preliminary vote's just there to get a feel to see what folks are thinking. The problem is that the act or bill could change between now and the final vote.
Well, it will.
It already has.
Yeah.
One of the small things that I mentioned earlier about the Chinese stealing IP stuff being out of it.
Mm-hmm. They took that out.
Yeah. But I think what they're what they want to put in this bill is more funding. I think they want to increase the cost of the bill to add more funding for universities.
Yes, probably should. No, I forgot.
But that's what they've got another bill that's going through that does much the same thing as CHIPS Act, which has university funding in it.
Okay.
I don't think you need it in both.
Right. Just do one and the other. Then they also have the FABS
FABS
Act.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's an investment tax credit to companies that purchase tools for chip factories.
Yeah.
And so that the kind of work done by fabless chip firms are going to need especially that. And then AMD, Qualcomm, and Nvidia have supported the FABS Act, of course.
Yeah.
So that would go to them.
Yeah.
Actually, what's the second part here?
See, whoa. Oh, be careful.
You just get hit by the secondary?
Yeah.
I saw it blew back in your face.
Yeah, I did. Right when I was taking a breath.
Yep. It's strong.
Yeah. Get some of this Legent to wash it down a little bit. Yeah. I don't see any real concern with both of these acts passing individually. So don't try to merge them. Pass them while you can. And this CHIPS Act has stalled for 2 years now.
Yeah.
Come on, get it going.
Yeah.
It's needed. You need to spurn manufacturing in the U.S. for supply chain problems, SAC problems we've been facing.
Yes.
This is what this is meant to do, and this can do something. There are a lot of bills out there that don't really do anything. This will. Now there are companies that are investing, that are building fabs in the U.S. anyway. Intel being one, Texas Instruments being another, and this would help defer some of those costs. But you're talking. It's 2 years.
Yes, to get a fab up.
To get a fab built, foundation done, the building built, tools put in, and start outputting
It
something.
is very expensive and very large and very time consuming. Even just ordering tools has a year wait.
And if you want that capacity in the U.S.,
You better start 2 years ago.
They need help. They need help.
Yeah, especially if your goal is to bring them domestically, because a company is always going to do.
Looks like it's about to blow away.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, because the company is always. They literally have a fiduciary responsibility to the shareholders.
Yep.
So they're going to do the cheapest thing. They're going to go to China. And if you don't want them to keep going to China and us have these problems, you have to subsidize them to stay here.
Yep.
Because we simply have a higher cost of living. So I thought this was interesting. They got the global percentage of U.S. manufacturing chips has dropped to 12% versus about 37% in the 90s. So, well within the a reasonable lifetime, just 30 years, and it's plummeted from just under half to barely a tenth of what's manufactured here. So
well, all of this development happened in the U.S.
right,
and then
they
went out to everywhere else.
And they invested in it. And they were early adopters. I remember they were Smith potting well before we were. Everything was completely enclosed and zero particle issues, and we were struggling with particle issues. And we never upgraded. Now the big one that went in Richardson, the Richardson fab at TI, was Smith potted because that's how you compete. But so many of them were older and didn't update, and then TSMC was crushing them.
Very much so.
So, thing is I don't. The last thing I want to see is a majority of anything to go to anybody. I want to see, because if you talk about three major chip manufacturers and they get the most of it, that's called an oligopoly. Yeah. And we don't need any more of those. I want it to be between 6 and 10 companies that get all this, because I want it to be spread around so we still foster competition.
Well, see, I'm very much against the government picking picking winners. Because they are notoriously bad at it.
Very bad. Actually, they're very good at it because they're usually invested in those companies that give tons of money to.
When they choose who the winners are, when they
corrupts the system.
Who the winners are, then the things that you want to happen don't happen.
Right.
When you have a bid process to where you have to put in a bid and in order to get money,
right,
that's a much better process.
Yes.
And that spreads the winnings across the board. I wholeheartedly agree that that's how this should be done. I don't know how the pickings happen, but the idea of the CHIPS Act is to bring manufacturing here. So the people that can afford to do that or better afford to do that are your big boys.
Yes, I know.
So it's your big boys that are going to win with this bill.
Yes. I still want to see the smaller ones make fabs, go from fabless to having fabs.
I do. And one of the complaints are design houses. Right. So there's nothing in any of these for design houses, but I don't have a problem with that because mass majority of the design houses, they're just a building. You have no equipment, right? You have servers.
Right.
Most of this work can be done from home. You don't have the startup costs that you do with a factory.
Right.
And it's the factory that we need.
Right.
We don't have a lack of design problem. When you when you shut down
China has a lack of design problem.
Yeah, when you shut down your economy, you don't have a lack of designers
ready to design things. Right.
What you have is a lack of product.
Right.
So you need to make that product. We need to
take
a little break
and come back with old fashions.
Yeah, come back with old fashions.
All right.
Enjoy the any time of the day cigar. Drunk Chicken cigars are nub-alicious. So good you'll smoke it to a nub. You can get 10% off your order at drunkchickencigars.com by using the promo code CLM2020.
All right. Well, we're back. And
we are.
I want to remind everybody to sign up. We have somebody who signed up. And won the first week.
And won. It's fabulous. Landon Farrell. Congratulations, Landon. You are our winner.
Nice.
Get in touch with us so we can send you too. Drunk Chicken Cigars, CLM swag, and a bunch of other stuff. Maybe even some shorty koozies.
So the midpoint of the cigar is what? I feel like it's milded a little bit. It's still very peppery and very strong, but is a little smoother.
It hasn't really changed for me. It's pretty much the same. Now the
I think I'm
ash
getting used to it.
the ash has gone to more of
A little more gray.
less white, more gray. That's an interesting change for the ash.
Oh man, I got lucky. My ash dropped right in the ashtray.
Ah, nice.
All right.
Old fashioned.
I don't think there's any rye in this. Well, there's a little cinnamon, just a hint. Maybe a little rye. I like it. It's kind of in between. Not too cinnamony, but it's got a hint of it. Otherwise, it's real smooth and sweet.
The sour's cut a little bit.
It's not awesome, though.
No, it's not the best old fashioned we've had.
No, it probably won't make it the bracket play.
I like this whiskey better by itself.
I do too.
Yeah, and that's right up front.
Oh, tech support agrees.
Okay, tech support agrees with us. All right.
Still, it goes down easy.
Yeah.
I'm not having
it
a
does.
problem making it go away.
No. No.
Yeah, this is very drinkable. I like it, but it's not going to make bracket play. It's not going to survive that. We got too many other good ones.
Yeah. I was just about to pull the band as well.
Yeah, because this is kind of a shorty. Now, I did want to mention.
So those listening to this one, be sure to catch the next one, because since we missed publishing an episode, we will do another winner in the midweek show.
So, I did want to note the spec on it is a 4.5 by 52. But this measured 48 totally. It was dead on the 48 ring. There was no way it was a 50. There was no way it was a 52. So, I don't know. This just was 48.
Did you use our CLM cigar journal to measure?
I did. I think it's my only measurement right now.
That's an accurate measurement.
It is. Oh, I mean, it's easy to do. Any printer can do it.
Well, going from building the page to having it printed by somebody else,
Yeah.
bound and then shipped, I didn't know if those were going to come out right, but it's all right.
It's all perfect, yeah.
Fabulous.
Yeah, no, it printed exactly as you expected. I mean, it should. We're in a modern era.
I wasn't expecting it, but it printed like I wanted it to. How about that?
Well, that's why we did that demo book first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just to make sure everything was cool.
And that's one of the first things I did was measure stuff.
Right. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's funny because you find out that just before we came over here, we were watching like a Hubble documentary on, I guess, its demise. It's and they were talking about
the web.
They were talking about the mirror issue, and apparently, for whatever reason, Perkin-Elmer didn't do a final measurement before sending it to NASA.
Oh, dear Lord.
Now, that's their story. Here's what I think happened. They worked on that mirror for 6 years, according to the documentary. I think they were like, this is as close as we can get it. I think they overspec'd what they needed. Send it to them. I think nobody would not measure it. That's their claim.
Yeah.
Because you'd much rather claim incompetence than, abject indifference.
Failure.
Yeah. But that's what they said.
It's crazy. But I have caught images from the Webb telescope. They are amazing.
Oh yeah, they are.
Absolutely amazing.
Oh my God. They just And it's already had its first collision, right? It had its first collision, and it was a C3 mirror, and I saw they had a topography of the aberration, and it went from it's supposed to be 54. I can't remember what the units were now. Whatever, 54 units of inhomogeneity, right, of non-uniformity, and they were able to adjust the mirror and make its adjustments to drop it back down to 50 something when the specs were like low 50s. So they came close with just accommodating the problem, right?
Well, they knew.
So I think they learned from Hubble, make them adjustable.
Yeah. They knew.
They knew it was going to get hit.
Especially being that far out. They knew it was going to get hit.
Mm-hmm. And that big. It is big. And it's all mirror. It's not even a housing like Hubble was in.
Yeah. Make it as fine-tunable as possible.
Yeah.
It's an amazing piece of engineering.
Yes.
Absolutely amazing piece of engineering.
It's so important that it worked because nobody's going to be able to bring it back or go out there to fix it.
No, it's 1,000,000 miles away.
Was it kilometers or miles?
Was it kilometers? I thought it was miles.
It might be miles. It's really out there.
Really far out there.
We're going to talk about that a lot more as things keep happening. I mean, 6 months before it launched, we did our first episode on it. And,
Yep.
I was gushing.
Just watching the thing unfold.
Mm-hmm.
Just amazing.
Plus, they had a camera for it, of course.
And if it can unfold in gravity,
Yeah.
no
it should be able to
problems.
unfold in space,
Yeah. Except for,
Of course, you might have said the same thing about
Temperature,
Hubble's
pressure.
solar array,
well, yeah.
which they had to override
one of them-
locks to get to work.
Yeah, one of them deployed. It was only one that did not, if I recall.
And then they had to override some locks. Like,
And
this
then
is
eventually send another shuttle mission up there to
correct
fix
the aberration.
everything.
Yeah. Well, actually, they did several upgrades on it.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. So, but the others were upgrades, not repairs. This first one was a repair,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Before it ever went in operation.
Yeah, well, they couldn't get it to work.
Yeah. It's not like you can recall it. Bring it into the shop.
Technology has the potential to make things better, faster, more reliable.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, think of the era that the Hubble went up. We really didn't have really fine electronics to be able to send up.
No.
Right, because radiation would kill them and stuff like that. And we figured a lot of that stuff out.
Yeah. As we went.
It's just amazing.
Yeah, Hubble actually kind of started its incarnation in 79. Was kind of ready by the mid-'80s, and then we kind of didn't send up any shuttles after Challenger, and it wasn't really fixed until 93 or 92 or something like that. So this was 79 to 92 before it really hit its stride.
Yeah.
Woo, woo,
Which was
oh.
late in its life.
Mm-hmm. But okay.
And you're not going to make a Hubble 2.0.
Even with the aberrations, wasn't it still better than our ground units? Because
worlds in a way.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
oh yeah.
we still used it. It wasn't.
Well, even with
it wasn't all that.
the main lens, if I recall right, the main lens had a problem. They had to replace the main lens.
Or
but even
bypass it.
Yeah, but even what they captured. No, eventually they replaced it, I believe.
Oh, okay.
But
I don't remember
even
that.
what they captured without the main lens was still pretty amazing.
Okay.
But once that main lens was up and running,
It was like, ooh.
so it's fabulous. And then you take those images and you compare it
What was that?
to that.
Something just buzzed me. Oh, it is a big old waspy looking thing. It's not a wasp though. I don't know what that is.
Not a yellow jacket.
No, it's not a yellow jacket. It's got a
Hornet.
wasp body.
It's a hornet of some kind.
Don't bother. He'll go away.
Yeah. So, yeah, you compare those images, and it's just
He's gone.
world
Sort of.
difference. It's just amazing. And if they don't pass that CHIPS Act and we don't get more manufacturing in the U.S., we could have more problems with supply chain, and we won't be able to do anything like the web again.
Nope. Well, what happened is we'll have to.
Or the next generation of phones.
What we'll have to do is cede Taiwan to the Chinese.
Let's not do that.
Mm.
This is a really bold cigar,
Yeah,
but I like it.
I like it too. I like it, but
It's not complex.
it was not complex, and I wouldn't have it
Most
if
bowls
it
really
was
are.
warmer.
Amen to that.
It'd sit me down if I was warmer.
Yeah.
I'm already sitting down in water.
But we're in the pool, so that makes it better.
It does. It does.
How many podcasts record from a pool?
I'm sure there's some.
You got to stop doing that.
There's probably a pool podcast, and they probably record from pools.
Huh.
Isn't there a podcast for everything?
There's got to be, yeah.
I think, I don't remember the numbers. It's a really huge number. Like 1 in 300 people in America have a podcast.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's some huge number.
Huge. And yet, not that many cigar podcasts.
Well,
It's a niche.
not that many cigar smokers. I think there's only like 3 million cigar smokers. That's like 1% of America. Of course, I probably shouldn't include children and children.
Well, did you see the study on that? So
Yes.
somebody did a study on that, and it was cigar and cigar type tobacco usage.
Right.
They were doing it to determine race of cigar usage,
Really?
percentage of race for cigar usage. But what they covered was things like cigarillos.
I really got to start
and-
hitting that thing.
Yeah, were things like not only premium cigars, which is what we smoke, but cigarillos.
Yeah.
The tipped,
Everything down the swishers, yeah.
tipped, yeah. And by far the swishers and
Oh,
the,
yeah.
the tipped
Oh,
cigars
yeah.
were 70-odd%, and mass majority of them were black and Mexican
Okay.
Americans, and this was all done in America. And premium cigars were a blip. It's like 3% or something.
Really? I had no idea.
It turned out to be like 3% of the entire study.
I don't remember that. I don't remember that part. I thought I saw the study, but I don't remember that being so small.
It was really small.
So go figure. There's not that many
crazy.
podcasts for cigars, but there's still a lot.
Still a lot. Still a lot. We're
I
still
couldn't
one
listen.
of them.
I couldn't listen to them all.
No, there's not enough hours in the day to listen to them all, even if you did it at twice speed.
Which I actually do. I listen to a lot of them at 1.5. 2 is a little much. 1.5 is about right.
I'm starting to listen to podcasts more
Yeah.
as I'm as I drive into work and drive home.
And that's clear from our
so-
numbers too.
Yeah, and so I do it typically at 1.5.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if there's something I didn't quite catch, because every now and then somebody will say something really soft or really fast, and when
Yeah.
you do it at that speed, it kind of blurs it a
kinda
little
tweaks
bit.
out, yep.
Yeah, so I'll jump back
Mm-hmm.
and play it at normal speed so I can catch it. But
I bet that doesn't
yeah.
happen too much though.
No, not that much. Not that much. Most people talk about the same speed we do.
Probably you do. I probably speak a little bit
A
quicker.
little bit faster. Yeah, well, I'm Texan. What do you expect? And
You're type B. I'm type A. That's another issue.
yeah,
Oh, tech support disagrees. She thinks you're type A as well.
well, so I don't feel the need to be pushy and bossy and all that stuff. But if nobody is going to, I'm going to.
Again, we're disagreeing. Words are not necessary.
That's why
That makes
Sykes
this
like to talk to
plain.
both the husband and the wife.
Well, I'm at the nub. Are you at the nub? No, you're close. You're not quite at the nub.
Yeah, no, I'm not quite there.
I'm gonna smoke it down a little bit more. We'll give it 5. I think we only got 5 left in this though.
Yep.
Okay, so the I'm out of liquor too. Well, I'm just out of everything.
Here, let me help you with that.
No, I'm
since
good.
You're
I'm
down
good.
to the nub. Let me add a little splash
Okay,
here.
I'll take a splash.
We can't have you deal with
Don't
that.
give me a bill
No,
pour.
no.
Just give me a splash. There,
Give
there.
me
That's
more
good.
than
That's
that.
good.
There
That's
we
good.
go, yeah.
Thank you.
I do like the.
I like the large cork on this. It's a
Yeah.
grabbable cork. It's big. It's got a wooden top too, so it's very grabbable. I like it.
Yeah, I really like that.
Now here's the irony. I'm not a huge Beam fan
Overall,
but I like this.
Yeah.
I like this more than most Jim Beam products.
there are some Beam products that I like, but generally I'm in that same category.
Well, they're
it's
mild
not
and
my-
bland, and I might as well buy Jack.
So, but I mean, just like every other company in the world, you have to
You have to continue
evolve.
to innovate. Mhm.
Yeah, you have to evolve in order to thrive.
Although I don't think Jack's changed in ever.
Well, not in their core products, but they've got
Oh, sure. They got
They've-
Gentleman,
they've-
and they
they've
got
got a
Cask, or not
bunch of-
Cask.
yeah,
What do
they
they call
got-
the other one.
they've got a bunch of subline products like this one that are really good, and then you've got
Bonus dog.
bonus
dog in the background.
Yeah. Let her show you let her show you her best side. Yeah. Well, I think we're about ready to wrap this up.
Well,
Yeah.
so unfortunately, in this case, I feel like the
Far right.
the liquor
Yeah.
and the cigar will both be detracted from. So you lost the fruitiness from the cigar, and in the cigar, I feel like I lost
You
some
lost
of,
the fruitiness in the liquor.
I lost some
because of
fruitiness in the cigar because of the cigar, and I lost a little bit of the flavor in the cigar from the liquor as well. So I would not pair these two up again, even
No.
though I like both of them independently.
Yeah, they're both really good independently, and nice offering from Tetuaje.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've had several Tetuajes, and they've all been
And most of them been the
medium,
brown label reservas.
yeah, medium to medium bold. We really haven't had bold flavors
true.
from Tetuaje. This one, really good offering from Tetuaje. Not good with this liquor. Maybe a Scotch would be better with this.
Actually, I was thinking sweet rum.
Yeah, you like to do that.
I like
with
to do
bolds.
that. I like to do that with bolds.
But I think something, Scotch-like that has a cacophony of flavors in it
Ooh.
might help.
You worked in cacophony.
That's like the second podcast I've done that use that word with. That might help. Overcome some of this boldness. You'd
Yeah.
be able to get some
Yeah.
more interesting flavors out of it. But yeah, I think
There you go.
that's it. Yeah.
I feel better.
Heck yeah.
Okay, I'm starting it again. We talked all the way through it.
Oh, it's
No, you
fine.
don't have to start
You
it
don't
again.
have
We just
to.
move it.
We just
move it to where we need it.
Yeah. Hit the stop record, please.